Welcome back to the TBC podcast. In today's deep dive, we'll be looking at Ali Hazelwood's upcoming novel, Deep End. And if you enjoy audiobooks, be sure to subscribe and like this episode for more. Now let's dive into the world of competitive college swimming and diving. The novel features Scarlett Vandermeer, a Stanford junior. She's not only trying to stay afloat in her demanding pre-med studies, but also a competitive diver dealing with a past story and a tricky thing athletes call the yips. The yips are like a sudden betrayal by your own body. A skilled athlete out of nowhere can't seem to perform basic moves anymore. Performance anxiety on a whole other level. Hazelwood captures this struggle with incredible detail. But Scarlett's life takes an unexpected turn when she meets Lucas Blomqvist, a world champion swimmer. Their initial connection evolves into a deeper relationship, forcing them both to navigate the complexities of their demanding lives both in and out of the pool.
What's fascinating about Deep End is how Hazelwood uses the intense backdrop of competitive sports to explore deeper themes like vulnerability, trust, and ambition. Scarlett's battle with the yips isn't just a plot device. It becomes a metaphor for the pressure we all face in our own pursuits, the fear of failure, and the struggle to regain confidence when it seems lost.
And it's through this shared vulnerability that Scarlett and Lucas's relationship develops. They find solace and connection in each other, pushing their boundaries and challenging societal norms along the way. Hazelwood doesn't shy away from exploring unconventional relationship dynamics in Deep End. She delves into the world of BDSM, but approaches it with remarkable sensitivity and nuance. It's not about shock value. It's about trust communication and the exploration of deeper desires within a safe and consensual space.
This aspect of the novel is particularly interesting because it highlights the importance of consent and boundaries, especially given the potential power imbalance between an established athlete like Lucas and a younger team member like Scarlett. Hazelwood meticulously crafts a narrative where their interactions are based on mutual respect, open communication, and a genuine understanding of each other's needs and limits.
But Deep End isn't just about Scarlett and Lucas. The novel is populated with a vibrant cast of supporting characters, teammates, rivals, and even some familiar faces from Hazelwood's previous novels, like Dr. Adam Carlson and Dr. Olive Smith.
These characters add depth and intrigue to the story. They represent the wider world of competitive athletics, the camaraderie, the competition, and the unique pressures that student athletes face as they try to balance their academic and athletic ambitions.
Hazelwood doesn't just tell us about these pressures, she shows us. She pulls back the curtain on the grueling training regimens, the sacrifices these athletes make, and the constant mental battle they wage against self-doubt and the expectations of others.
One of the things that sets Deep End apart is its realistic portrayal of the athletic world. Hazelwood's background in neuroscience lends a level of authenticity to her depiction of the physical and psychological demands of competitive sports. It's not just about physical strength and skill, it's about mental toughness, resilience, and the ability to push past your limits.
Now, some might find the pacing a bit uneven in the middle of the book, and a few of the supporting characters, like Lucas's ex-girlfriend Penelope, could have been explored further. But these are minor quibbles in an otherwise engaging and thought-provoking novel.
What truly shines through in Deep End is Hazelwood's ability to weave together complex themes of self-discovery, vulnerability, and the transformative power of connection, all against the backdrop of a captivating and unconventional love story.
And that exploration of unconventional love is what we'll delve into further in the next part of our deep dive. Stay tuned as we unpack the nuances of BDSM power dynamics and Hazelwood's deft handling of sensitive themes.
Hazelwood's exploration of BDSM in Deep End is noteworthy for its maturity and sensitivity. She frames it within the context of a loving relationship where both partners prioritize consent communication and mutual respect. It's not about dominance and submission in the traditional sense. Instead, it's about exploring different aspects of their personalities, pushing their boundaries, and ultimately finding a deeper level of intimacy and trust.
And this is where the novel really challenges some of the misconceptions surrounding BDSM. Hazelwood presents it as a healthy and fulfilling aspect of their relationship, something that strengthens their bond rather than undermines it. She takes the time to show the negotiation process, the careful consideration of each other's needs and limits, and the constant communication that underpins their exploration.
This emphasis on communication is crucial, especially given the power dynamics that exist between Scarlett and Lucas. He's a world champion swimmer, a figure of authority in the athletic world while she's still finding her footing after her injury and battling her own internal demons. But Hazelwood makes it clear that Lucas respects Scarlett's agency and never pressures her into anything she's not comfortable with.
And this dynamic is further reinforced by Scarlett's own strength of character. She's not a passive participant in their relationship. She's actively engaged in setting boundaries, expressing her desires, and ensuring that their exploration remains a safe and consensual space for both of them.
It's this balance of power, this mutual respect and understanding that makes their relationship so compelling. They're both vulnerable, they both have their insecurities, but they find strength and support in each other. It's a reminder that intimacy and vulnerability can coexist with power and control as long as those elements are navigated with care and consideration.
And this theme of navigating complex emotions extends beyond their romantic relationship. We see it in Scarlett's struggles with performance anxiety, in the competitive dynamics of the swim and dive teams, and in the way these young athletes grapple with the pressure to succeed both academically and athletically.
Hazelwood doesn't shy away from depicting the darker aspects of the athletic world. She shows the toll that intense training and competition can take on both the body and the mind. We see the pressure to maintain a certain physique, the fear of injury, and the constant comparison to others that can erode an athlete's confidence and sense of self-worth.
But amidst these challenges, Hazelwood also celebrates the beauty and grace of these sports. She captures the thrill of competition, the camaraderie of teammates, and the moments of pure joy that come from pushing yourself to your limits and achieving something extraordinary.
It's this blend of realism and aspiration that makes Deep End such a compelling read. It's a story that acknowledges the challenges and sacrifices that come with pursuing your passions, but it also reminds us of the rewards that await those who are willing to dive in headfirst and embrace the unknown.
And speaking of diving in headfirst, let's take a closer look at Hazelwood's writing style and how she crafts such a captivating and thought-provoking narrative. Stay with us as we explore the nuances of her prose, her use of symbolism, and her ability to create characters that feel both relatable and aspirational. One of the things that makes Hazelwood's writing so engaging is her ability to seamlessly blend scientific concepts with emotional depth. Her background in neuroscience shines through in her descriptions of Scarlett's experience with the yips. She doesn't just tell us that Scarlett is struggling, she shows us the physiological and psychological effects of performance anxiety, the racing heartbeat, the tunnel vision, the feeling of being trapped inside her own head.
And this attention to detail extends to her portrayal of the athletic world. The training regimens, the competitive strategies, even the jargon specific to swimming and diving, it all feels authentic and well-researched. This realism adds another layer to the story, immersing the reader in the unique world of elite athletics.
But Hazelwood doesn't let the technical details overwhelm the narrative. She uses them to enhance the emotional impact of the story. For example, she frequently uses water imagery to symbolize Scarlett's emotional state. When she's struggling, she feels like she's drowning, overwhelmed by the pressure and self-doubt. But as she starts to heal and regain her confidence, the water becomes a source of strength and liberation, a symbol of her resilience and determination.
And this masterful use of symbolism extends beyond the water imagery. The novel is filled with subtle metaphors and motifs that enrich the reading experience and invite deeper reflection. For instance, the diving platform becomes a representation of Scarlett's fears and aspirations. Each time she steps onto the platform, she's not just facing a physical challenge, she's confronting her inner demons, pushing past her limits, and taking a leap of faith.
And just as Scarlett dives into the unknown, Hazelwood invites us, the readers, to dive into the complexities of human relationships, the challenges of self-discovery, and the search for meaning and connection in a world that often feels overwhelming and unpredictable.
Deep End is more than just a romance novel. It's a story about finding your voice, embracing your vulnerability, and challenging societal norms. It's a reminder that true strength lies not in denying our weaknesses, but in acknowledging them and finding the courage to move forward despite them.
And as we resurface from this deep dive into Deep End, we're left with a profound sense of hope and possibility. Hazelwood's story reminds us that even when we feel lost or broken, we have the capacity to heal, to grow, and to discover the depths of our own strength and resilience. And perhaps like Scarlett and Lucas, we might even find love and acceptance in the most unexpected of places. So be sure to check out Deep End and let us know what you think.
If you're looking for a read that will challenge you, inspire you, and leave you feeling both breathless and empowered, Deep End is definitely worth diving into.